Welcome to episode 44 of Paris Playbook. Today I'm joined by Leah Hatcher of the Arcadia women's hockey team. Leah, how are you on this Wednesday night?
I am doing just fine. How are you?
I'm good. I really like Wednesdays. I think you're like close enough to like Thursday's a good day because you know the next one's Friday. So you're like Wednesday
Oh
night's a
yeah,
good night.
it
Week's
is.
half over.
It's the peak right before the weekend. It's a
Yeah.
good start of it
And the
for sure.
worst days are behind you.
Oh yeah. Well, unless you got some midterms or tests, but
Do you?
I luckily I don't. No, no.
Okay. Then we're all
I,
good.
yeah, no, we're good this week, fortunately. But yeah, no, I'm happy. A good Wednesday night.
Yeah, well that's good. I'm glad to hear it. Before we kind of dive into hockey, that's what we'll talk probably the most about. Just kind of
Hmm.
touch on your recruiting, because you're a dual sport, you play hockey and tennis. In high school, was that something you wanted like the whole time? You're like, "Oh, I'm going to go to college, I'm going to play two sports," or was that something
Oh,
that came later?
yeah, that was a last minute. Even hockey. So my recruiting process for both was very different. I actually wasn't going to continue playing hockey or tennis in college. I was thinking maybe doing a club for a bigger university back home, but I ended up last minute. My high school coach knows our coach out here at Arcadia and was like, "Hey, do you want to?" come check it out. Like, I know you're already committed to a school, but just come check things out and see if you like it. And I ended up coming out here and I ended up really liking it. I'm like, hey, like let's see. So I technically never was like fully recruited by like Kelsey, our coach, or Arcadia. I would just kind of like had connections and they're like, you want to come join? And I'm like, you know what? What do I have to lose? And so I took a risk and I came out here and I'd say it's paying off. I love it. So, and same with tennis though. That's tennis was I played obviously tennis in high school since like end of 7th grade. So I had some tennis, I'd say some skill in there. So I wanted to put some of it to use and I had nothing going on in the spring and I talked to the tennis coach out here and they're like, you know what, why don't you come try out, hop on to practice, and it went down from there. I decided to join the team and yeah, it's been fun with that too. So technically never recruited by either. I just walked on.
Hey, well, that sounds like it probably was less stressful than it is for
Oh,
a
for
lot of
sure.
people who have to go through the recruiting process. So, I mean,
Yeah.
congrats
Yeah.
for having
I
a
mean,
workaround.
I definitely had my stress throughout high school trying to figure out if I wanted to continue hockey.
Right.
Um, and figuring out recruiting then, I never got fully into the whole recruiting show basically. I never really reached out and did any of that. And I think a big part of it was COVID, but also just, I at the time didn't realize until senior year, like, hey, I actually really should think about this and,
Yeah.
you know, but everything happens for a reason. So I'm out here and, it happened. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And like you said, it's going well. I mean, we'll start with year one here of hockey, and you couldn't have asked for a better first year. Played 24 games. You put up some goals, some assists. I mean, it
Yeah.
went pretty
Yeah.
well.
I definitely, it started out a little rough at the beginning of the year. I was out, unfortunately, with just like couple injuries. I wasn't out many games. I only missed actually just one weekend of games. But I got concussed like right before our season by an apple. Um,
Like from an apple tree.
like a literal apple from an apple tree. I went to an apple orchard and it was like 2 feet above my head. It hit me on the head, and I've been hitting hockey 10 times harder than that, and somehow gravity decided to give me a concussion that day, and
Wow.
unfortunately, that set my beginning of the season a little rough. But yeah, I couldn't have asked really. It was a very like different year for hockey, but I really enjoyed it and a lot to adjust. But yeah, it was a good year overall. Yeah.
So speaking of, saying a lot to adjust, what do you think the hardest adjustment for you was?
Oh man, I mean, there was definitely a couple things. Obviously, one being I far away from home and not having, I would say, even like parent my parents out to my game. Like I had I had such a good support system back home playing hockey. I mean, my parents didn't miss a single game, and same with my grandparents. So having that not out here was one of my adjustments. But like hockey wise, I would say like the game itself is a little different. Like jumping from high school, Minnesota high school hockey to east, like out east hockey, and it being, college level. Like it's definitely an adjustment in just like playing wise and how the game is played, and learning like even little things that bother me, like how back in Minnesota we call them breezers, but out here it's hockey pants. And oh man, that was an adjustment, I'll tell you that. That was brutal to hear, because I like the breezers, I don't like the hockey pants. So yeah, little things like that. But yeah, and I will fight anybody to this day that says they're hockey pants. They are breezers. You can't
Yeah.
even.
Well,
It's
it's
they.
like some places say drinking fountain, other places say a bubbler. Like,
Oh, ew, drinking fountain for sure.
yeah, exactly.
Drinking
But
fountain for sure. Yeah.
or
No,
pop or
I
soda.
pop pop all the way. I don't
Yeah,
want to
exactly.
say no soda. Yeah, no, that was
um,
definitely hearing those fun little words. I get
yeah,
picked on sometimes for my accent, but
yeah.
yeah,
Did
it's sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, did like people, notice your accent and they like say things about it?
I had a couple. I mean, it comes out here and there. Like it for the most part, it's not that crazy, but I'll have a couple words and a couple sayings, and I think I obviously don't hear it, but everybody else will tell me here and there like
Yeah,
that was pretty Minnesotan. So,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's what it was like when at Tech. I'm from the UP Michigan, and all the downstate people came up and they'd kind of make fun of the way I said things with my Uper accent. Like, I don't
Oh,
hear
yeah.
it. It sounds fine to me. It sounds pretty
I
normal. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
you can't hear it yourself, but
No.
everybody else they'll tear you apart for it. I mean, I make fun of some of the girls. We got a couple Jersey girls out here, and they call it water, and I'm like, they're like, pass me the water bottle on the bench, and I'm like, what, the water bottle or the water bottle? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a different world out here, that's for sure. But adjusting to the level of play, like I'd say like the skill overall is pretty like the same. It's just there's just something like so different about just I think the energy. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's some different energy, but I love like both. Like they're both just so cool to be a part of, the Minnesota energy and being out here in Pennsylvania. I love it. So,
Yeah. Pass the water word or
yeah,
whatever you said.
the
I don't even
water,
want to.
yeah, and then there's a bunch of words that get me.
I hope your Jersey teammates listen to this and they can hear you trash talking there.
Oh, that I'll probably get a text. I probably will. I deserve it, but they hear it enough. I'm always making fun of them for that
Yeah.
water, like it, and it's a breezer. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. There's like different things. My grandpa always says ketchup, ketchup. Like it's ketchup.
Oh,
Where's the S? Like, what the heck? It's not ketchup,
yeah.
like ketchup. I don't know why. Like, drives me
I think
nuts.
that might just be a him thing. I don't think I've ever heard that.
I've heard other old people say it, so maybe
Oh,
it's like an old thing. I don't know where they got it from, though.
oh yeah. Who knows? Who knows? That's funny.
um, so what was your favorite part about the team, or like is your favorite part about the team?
Oh, there's a lot. I love this team. I think my favorite part is just our closeness. Like, so we're such a new program. Like, this is our third year in.
Right.
So being a part of like the start of a program, I wasn't obviously year one. I came year two, but it's still fairly new. And getting to be, with this group of girls, we're building a program together. Like, so we get to decide kind of how we want to run this team. Like it just feels like everyone, like, there isn't a ton of like I would say like hierarchy where you feel like super nervous to talk to the upperclassmen as a freshman, and like we all were just kind of there, and like when we're going through somewhat the same stuff. Like obviously there's like upperclassmen and you'll have your respect for them and stuff. But like it just felt like we were already great friends coming in. Like they were just so welcoming. So, I think that's my favorite part about this team is just how close and like caring everyone is for each other, and the desire to like want to get better. I mean, our team is like every year we're striving to get some like a new place in our conference, and just beat teams that we didn't beat years before. But as we're getting better and better every year, hopefully, those goals, and just being a part of this program, I really love. I love the girls, love them, and my coach. The coaching staff's great too. So
Well, let's go
yeah.
on that for a little bit. The fact that you guys are a newer program. I mean, if you look at last year and the fact that you're a newer program, I mean, you guys had a great season, 13, 11,
Yeah.
and 2. A lot of teams, it takes a long time to have
Mhm.
more wins than losses when you're a new program. Usually it's the other way around. The first however many years, it's super hard. I mean, obviously coming in, you're playing against a lot of teams that have been around for quite a while. They've got recruiting down. They don't have any issues recruiting. They've got a full, group of upper and lower classmen. Obviously, newer programs tend to have more lower classmen than upperclassmen. So, I mean, you guys had a great season considering how new you are. I mean, just
Yeah. No,
awesome.
I think that fire was just there. Like I think our team just we have a lot to prove, I feel like. And that was just, a continuing thing from their first year. Like they, a lot of people kind of doubted, Arcadia, and I would just say like coming like starting a new program, you expect them, to be, obviously a little, not as good as compared to other teams that have been established for a while. So I think just like we have that fire and that like want to just prove people wrong, and like show like that, we are here when we're, I like I said, it's a great bunch of girls, and there's a lot of talent out there, and a lot of just like heart and want. So I couldn't have asked for a better season. I think we had a couple, times where, and it's going to happen to every team, where you just, fall loose on a couple of those games that we should have, finished through, and but it's a team effort. So everybody was lacking that day, or something was off. But I think this year we're working on just like, the details. And that's what our big saying is, like, we're working on the little details to just clean up everything, because we had so many games that we could have probably finished off, but unfortunately couldn't get through. But even then, in those games, like, we still proved that we were able to hang with a lot of these good teams. And um, every year we're just gonna keep getting better and better, and continue to prove our worth, and do it, do it with fun. Like, our biggest thing is just having fun too. Like,
Yeah.
it's college is about, working hard, and but having fun too on the ice and with your teammates. So
Right. You want to
yeah.
win, but in the end, if you're not having fun, does it really
Hmm.
matter if you're winning but you hate it,
Yeah.
then who cares? Like
Exactly. Exactly. And that's why I love this team, and I didn't come out like I didn't join to, be a like superstar. Like, I didn't go D1 purposely. Like, I tried to just like, I'm out here to have fun and play my game, and, be a part of a great team and great atmosphere. So yeah, I love it. I love the team. So
yeah. Well, there's a couple of games of yours last year that probably were more fun for you. 2 goals at Hilbert, 3 assists at Kings. I mean, those 2 games were probably a little more exciting,
yeah.
having some more success for you
Yeah,
personally.
that was kind of my, I would say, more breakthrough just overall when it came to finally putting the biscuit in the net. Like, I couldn't for so long. I just had opportunities, and wasn't capitalizing on them, finishing them. So that weekend definitely helped just like finally get my foot in the ground, and yeah, that was definitely a boost in confidence, I think, just personally and team wise. Like, we were able to, kind of walk them, and um like, obviously, I would say our funnest games are the games that we have closer, like, or like more enemy like type games. But I think that game was just very useful for our team, and for me, just to finally put some away and get that confidence that I think a lot of us girls and me needed, really.
Yeah.
So,
And nobody likes to
mhm.
blow anyone out. I mean, like it's kind of boring. Like you said,
Yeah, yeah.
you want to be competitive. Everyone wants competition. That's what most people strive for.
Yeah, totally, totally. I love my high energy, um, the games that sometimes get a little rowdy, and I feed off that energy, but I like, I stay classy, but those are the ones that I think, and we actually have one coming up this weekend that I think we're gonna look forward to playing again. So hopefully, hopefully we it's another little rowdy one.
Yeah. Well, I know it's the same team that you played already, and you guys started off the way anyone wants to start off, 1-0,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you personally had a goal. So I mean, you checked off 2 boxes in weekend one.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest, my goal was kind of a muffin in the net, but they say a goal's a goal, and
It
I'll take
is.
it.
That's
I'll
true.
take it. It might who knows how it went in, but yeah, it was a fun game. It was is a good start to our season, I would say. Like I think we can just build from there, and game one, like you can't expect like just
Right.
be absolutely perfect. So we have our stuff to work on, and we've been working on that over practice this week. So I think we have a lot to bring hopefully this weekend, and big home opener. So yeah, we're looking forward to it, and yeah, lot to build from.
Right. And with that being said, another year for the team under the belt last year, newer program, all that experience and a win to start off the week. What's the feeling kind of around the team looking ahead, at the rest of this season upcoming?
Yeah, so I think we got a bunch of like our conference games in the first half. Basically our like our biggest opponents and rivalries, or I can't even say that word. But we got those kind of right away in our season. So I think coming out strong, like we need to just come prepared to play like right away. Sometimes I think that was a struggle for us last season. I think we started, had some iffy games in the beginning of the year, still trying to like figure out lines, and we had, some injured people that I think will definitely help having them this year. So I think yeah, we're looking forward to the season, but I think we just need to make sure we come prepared to play our best games like right off the bat. So um yeah, just making sure we're following our details, working hard on and off the ice consistently. But yeah, it's gonna be mental and who wants it more. So
Yeah.
our team just needs to want it more. And I think we do. So yeah.
Got to keep grinding, keep going up, getting better.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So, how about tennis? First year for tennis went pretty well too. You were 4-0 in your singles matches. I mean, overall, were you happy? You said you had nothing to do in the spring, so you're kind of just
Yeah.
doing it for something. But
Yeah, no, so growing like not growing up, but throughout high school, I was more of a doubles player, and
yeah,
that's still where I more like to be play at. Just typically that's just where I'm more comfortable. I played that throughout high school. So I didn't play much singles, and so coming out here, they're like you got to play, doubles and singles, and not all the time, not everyone's going to do that, but I was fortunate enough to be able to do both. And I'll tell you, singles is a different game than doubles. So it's very different from what, I'm just used to playing. And so I was pretty happy with my wins. I this year might be a little different, maybe moving up in the lineup a little bit. So I might be playing a little more, you know, competitors that are a little better. So we'll see how I can do. I didn't get much hitting in this summer, to be honest. So we'll have to do a little extra work over before I start the season, but yeah, it was fun. I had a lot of fun playing tennis, and I got to play with one of my teammates on the hockey team too. So she's one of the big reasons why I joined. And so it was fun to be able just to play out there with her, and it's always fun winning. So I was
yeah.
I was happy winning.
Yeah. Yeah. What's
Yeah.
the like time period in between hockey and tennis? Like how much time do you have between the two seasons?
Not much. I actually miss a little bit in between each. So after hockey you have to have technically like a break period. I there's some sort of rules behind it. I don't know the exact rule. Maybe it's just our trainer's rule. I don't know for sure, but we have to have like a week off before entering the next sport you have. So I missed a couple, I think key practices and maybe a couple matches. But yeah, it's right pretty much right after hockey. You kind of just got to jump right into practices and jump into the season. So I remember last year I was practicing. I'd go and drive up to a random court and just start hitting, serving. I'm like, I got to get warm. I got to get ready. The season's kind of coming up here, and right after hockey, like I gotta get going. So yeah, that was it. It's a quick jump from one to the next, but it's doable, very doable. So,
Yeah, you gotta like being busy, I guess.
yeah, I don't know if you can tell yet, but I'm definitely a busybody. I played 3 sports in high school. I kept going. Like if I didn't I don't like to sit around. I like my sports. I like to keep busy for sure.
Yeah. Hey, if
Yeah.
that's what keeps you happy, more
Oh,
power
yeah.
to you.
Yeah. It does. It has so far. We'll see.
So I saw on your Instagram you did the when you graduated from high school, the wakeboarding in your cap and gown. And I've seen those videos a lot, but I've never talked to anyone that's actually done it. So, I mean, did you plan on doing that the whole time? Like when I graduate, I have to do this.
Yeah, well, I wanted to. So I love wake surfing. My uncle, he has a cabin up in Minnesota and up north, and it's like my heaven on earth, and I just love wake surfing now. Like that is just my favorite hobby. You could consider after hot sports. So I'm not the best at it, but I would say I'm pretty decent. I got my moves. I can keep a steady. I got a somewhat of a 360 going on, but yeah, when I saw some pictures online of people doing the graduation post, and I'm like, I got to do that. That's so cool. But I ended up doing it the wrong way. I should have gotten up and then put the cap and gown on before I got in the water, because I was in the water with my cap and gown on, and it got soaking wet, and the cap was like sagging over my forehead at times, and it because I didn't even realize it was cardboard in there, and so it eventually kinda I had to hold it with my hand to make sure it wasn't flopping. You could probably tell in those photos, but yeah, the process of doing it, I might do it again when I graduate college and do it right. So when I get up, I'll put the cap and gown on so it stays dry. But yeah, that was fun. I saw those photos. I'm like, I gotta do it. So that was planned. That was for sure planned.
Yeah.
But
Does it feel weird? Like, because the cap and gown material, it's a little different material. So to have it like just
oh,
soaking.
yeah, I felt like I was drowning practically. I literally it was sticking to my leg. It wasn't like flowing properly. Like if anybody is listening and they want to do it, they better put it on when you're up and it's dry, because I'm telling you it was a soggy mess. I wouldn't do it the way I did again, but the photos turned out all right. So
Yeah.
well, I'll take what I can get, but yeah, we'll adjust next time I do my next photo shoot of that.
I've seen some guys do it like wearing their full like suit underneath, like their like dress pants and like suit underneath it, like
Oh,
while they're wakeboarding. And I feel like that'd be horrible.
oh yeah, no, I don't like that feeling of wet clothing like already,
Yeah.
and that's what the cap and gown felt like. I just was like, ugh, that felt gross, and it was just, and I could remove it easily. I can't even imagine putting pants on and a shirt and sitting in that in the water. No, thank you. Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
that don't sound too fun to me.
No, I wouldn't sign up for that if I didn't have to. So other than wakeboarding, what are your hobbies?
Well, I like my sports, as I said, so I do a little. Um, I like to golf a little bit, so me and my dad will go out golfing and a lot. And honestly, just being up in my cabin, I could talk all on and on about being up there, but really just being out in the boat and wake start doing any water sports. Tubing, I'm a tubing champion here. You're talking to a extreme tuber here. I will kick you off your tube in no time. I just
I don't
love
know.
that. So
I'm pretty good tuber myself. I don't
oh,
know.
we'll have to test that someday. Extreme tubing here. Yeah, no, I basically just really being outdoors. I love just being outdoors and just staying active, really. I'm a pretty basic person.
Yeah. No, I love being on the water too. My parents have a place on Lake Superior, and I have a bunch of cousins with a place on Lake Superior. So I grew up on the lake, and a
Oh,
lot of my
yeah.
cousins have boats, so they bring their boats up and tubing, and one of them, his goal, he loves to try to throw you off the best he can.
Yep.
And the
Yep.
older I've gotten, the harder it's gotten for him. So I'm
Oh,
pretty good. The only reason he got me
yeah.
off last time is because I got really cocky and I started going no hands. I was like, no hands, and then he
Uh,
when I was gone.
Set up. Yep. The ones
Yeah.
that honestly, the ones that get me, if you ever go behind a surf boat, those waves are monstrous. Like they're just not they shouldn't even be legal. Like honestly. Kuban, I thought I broke my back and and oh, that was brutal. That in the jet skis, sometimes those things can whip you so hard, like you skip like a rock. I literally my
Yeah.
back, I probably skipped 8 times before I
Oh my
finally
gosh.
went in the water. So, but yeah, I kind of I've obviously I've haven't gone as crazy just because of being on a hockey team now. I kind of have to
Yeah, right.
watch out for injuries and stuff. But yeah, I'd say those are my just being out in the water, being up in the cabin, hanging out with my dogs. I love my dogs, so we'll go dock jumping with my dog. He likes to jump off the dock for hours and hours, so we'll do that. But yeah, really just being up in my cabin. Love it.
Yeah, yeah, I love water. I That's a purchase I'd like to make earlier in life than later in life is a boat. I definitely, it's like high on my list, especially with parents that have a place on the water. My grandparents have a place on the water. Like I feel like I have to.
Mhm.
I just like, I don't know. I love boats. I love boating. I love
Yep.
being out there.
Are you into fishing
Yes,
or
I do like to fish. Yeah, so
yeah,
that's
you're
another thing. Feel like a crossover
mhm.
sport slash ski, and be able to do
Yeah.
both.
Yep. Yep. There you go. That's my dad's dream boat too. He's a big fisherman, so I grew up in a big fishing family. So we love to fish, but we had our tubing and fishing, a little bit of both.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Definitely
Yeah,
good stuff.
for
What
sure.
about music? What kind of music do you like?
Oh man, I get asked this question, and I will tell everyone say I am the most like adventurous when it comes to music. There is no genre that I don't really like. Except somewhat okay, that is false. There's some country songs that I am not the hugest country lover. I like some, but I don't know. I honestly my favorite genre would have to be like 80s rock. Like just I there's something about it, something about that
Yeah,
just nostalgic. Like you go to the hockey arena and you just hear like just like AC/DC and like all that playing on the speaker, like that stuff just like God, it just brings so much nostalgic memories. I love that era. So
yeah,
that dad rock music, that's probably what I listen to the most. But
yeah,
I I got some random wild cards in there. My playlists, if you ask anybody, they're very intriguing. They got a little bit of everything. So,
yeah.
yeah.
So you said you like everything except for some country, and I'd like to challenge that. I feel like a lot of people like. What about death metal? Well, how do you feel about death metal
I
or
mean,
like
I don't sit there and
hardcore
listen.
metal?
No, I okay. I like I do have a couple songs. I would do. I like my Slipknot.
Oh, really?
I like my Rob Zombie. I got some stuff in
Okay,
there.
all right.
Um, but not a ton. I got probably less of that than more of your I don't even know what you'd consider just like casual rock. I yeah, but I like some of that. I like some of it. Some Metallica. You got some throw that in there. But
Yeah.
yeah, I got some genres. I like them all, really.
No, that I'm impressed because I feel like a lot of people say I like everything, and then you're like, "Well, do you like metal?" And they're like, no, I don't." And then because I feel like when
I
people say everything, they mean pop, country, and rap.
oh
They're like, "I like those
no
three,"
no
and it's like that's
no.
not everything. There's a lot of other stuff.
Oh, I got it all. Seriously, I even got like some weird, like I got Crazy Frog, Axel F in there. I got like kids music in there. I got some, it is all over the place, but it's just great. I love my techno, especially when I'm in the gym when we're doing our lifts. That's probably one of my favorites is playing some like techno music. It's just getting loud in there. I like it. So,
What's the
but
team
yeah.
playlist?
Oh man, it is everything. You got I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. We got every single probably genre in there. You got a little country, a little rock. You got some, I don't even know how to describe it. There's just so much. I'll have to link it on my Instagram or something. People will want this stuff. I'm telling you, I've got good music. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a good mix to me.
Yeah, I don't even know how to describe it. I'll just tell you it's a good mix.
That's how I feel about my Spotify. I've got so much random
Yep.
crap. Like if you just shuffle my like songs, it's a wonder on what you're gonna hear. People
Oh
like
yeah.
listen to my they're like, what are you listening to right now? I'm like, I don't know. It's just
I don't
I'm all
know.
over the board, man. I don't know what to
Yeah.
say.
Have you ever played your DJ? That thing, he scares me sometimes. He'd be like, "It's here's your chill Wednesday song," and it's just something like, wow, like it'll be no hands, like Waka, and I'm like, oh, what? Like this is a chill Wednesday song? I guess this is my music. So
Yeah. No,
yeah,
I never like really click on those or
it,
yeah.
yeah, it's not worth it, really. I'll tell you that. It's
I
kind of
like to
annoying.
be my own DJ. I don't like the computer
Yeah,
algorithm and what it thinks I like.
for sure, definitely.
What about movies or TV? Big on either?
Honestly, I'm more of a movie gal than I am a TV show. So I will like I always ask people what their top 5 movies are. I love to talk about it, but I can give you my top 5 if you want.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah. What are
probably
your top five?
all right, here we go. Number 1, uh Ice Age.
Oh, okay.
Yep. You heard it here.
Okay.
I'm telling you, the movie is it's just too good. Sid the Sloth is like just he gets me. Like I don't know. It's just he's just great. Love that movie. Um Second movie, it's like all have you ever seen Scooby Doo Monsters Unleashed?
I don't know
It's
if I've
very
seen that
niche.
one.
Very niche.
Seen a lot of Scooby Doo, but I don't know if
Yeah,
I've seen
well,
that one.
there's Scooby Doo Monsters Unleashed, and then you got Scooby Doo Spooky Island. Those are like the action ones. We don't like Spooky Island. We like the other one. I'm telling you, it's so good. You gotta watch it. Um, and then third, have you ever seen Surfs Up?
Yeah,
It's like this.
I never liked that.
Oh man, that hurts. That
Yeah,
hurts. It's just so good. It's just these are
I
just
thought it
my
was kind
childhood
of
movies.
thought it was a subpar movie.
Oh God, you no, you just wouldn't get it. It's probably just over your head, you know.
Apparently, I guess.
I'm just kidding.
I don't like
No.
the live action Scooby Doo's either, if I'm being honest.
Oh my gosh. See, uh-oh. We got some problems here.
What's number
Um,
four? What's number four?
oh man. Now I can't even think. I'm so just I think number 4, and these are all just very niche. Like, have you ever seen Tron? I don't know. It's on
Nope. I
all
never
right.
have, and I never had a desire either. Okay.
I'm that's all right. Well, now you have a movie that you know you need to see. It was ahead of its time. It was so ahead of its time. People didn't get to like fully understand it. So it's a great movie, honestly. And I don't even know my fifth movie. My fifth movie is probably either Grown Ups or
That's
uh,
good.
another probably just classic Adam Sandler or
Yeah.
you know something like that. I don't even know honestly my fifth one, but Yeah, I like all movies, but those are my very
But
niche.
Ice Age, that's the top.
I'm telling you, oh, it's so good. So
I
good.
mean, it's good, but it probably wouldn't even be in my top 500. Like,
Oh, no.
like
It's like I said, you gotta understand it, otherwise no you ain't gonna be you ain't part of the fandom like that, but
I guess
that was just
so.
that's all right. It's all right. You'll learn. You'll rewatch it one of these days and
I
rethink.
mean, I don't have anything against the movie. I think it's a fine movie, but again, it wouldn't even be remotely close to my top anything. Like
Yeah. Well, what would be your top movie then?
my favorite movie is Top Gun Maverick. I love that movie.
Okay. Well, that's
That's
a
my
good
favorite
movie.
movie. That's
Yeah.
number
I mean,
one.
it's probably not comparable to Ice Age, but it's
No,
probably
you're
up
right.
there.
It's way better. You are right. It's not comparable. It's a million times
Uh,
better.
yeah,
100%.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. We'll have to see how my Ice Age fans feel, but
We put a poll here, and nobody's gonna do this, but comment which one's better, Ice
yeah.
Age or Top Gun Maverick.
Hey,
Props to
or
anyone who comments.
Ice Age the Meltdown, the second one could, yeah, if they comment don't worry, I'll get some of my hockey team.
And I'm sure they all agree with me that Top Gun Maverick or regular Top Gun. I mean, that's not my favorite, but that's even better than Ice Age. I mean,
Yeah. Not probably. I might be on my own here,
I
but
think so. I think you're on an island for this one.
that's all right. That's all right. We'll get it. You live and you learn. We'll get over it.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta be unique and like different things.
Exactly. That's why I said I told my top four are very niche, very, very, unexpected, but I Top Gun is a good movie. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
It is a great movie. Great soundtrack.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
I listened to those before some games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel like nobody would ever guess my top five either though after Top Gun. Like there's no way anyone would guess them. Not a
Well, I mean,
chance.
you didn't think mine were gonna be some children movies, so
No,
what are
that's true. That is
what are we
very
working with here?
well, I don't know if there's a specific order for the other four, but Mamma Mia 1 and Mamma Mia 2 definitely
Wow.
are number like 2 and 3 probably.
Wow.
And
I did
then
not take you for a Mamma Mia fan.
see, and I
Wow.
said nobody would guess that, but I absolutely love Mamma Mia. I love ABBA. They're my favorite band. I saw
Wow.
Mamma Mia in London. That's where it all started. It really kicked me off, and I've been a crazy super fan ever since.
Wow. That is crazy. Well, I love the soundtrack. I could probably sing
Oh,
every single song too.
it's
So
fantastic. Oh, it's so good.
totally. What's the favorite song of on the
Oh
what's your favorite?
dear. I now that's a hard question. I trying to narrow that down. Um
hmm
man. I don't know.
Yeah, it
Honey
is a
Honey,
trick
that's a
question.
good one. That's
Oh,
upbeat, happy,
yeah.
like the second movie, Why Did It Have to Be Me? I like that one a
Mm,
lot. When they're like on the
yeah.
sailboat and they're singing,
Oh
that's a good
yeah.
one. Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
be honest.
know.
I fell asleep in the theater at Mamma Mia too.
What?
Unfortunately. Yeah. I don't
Okay,
know what.
I'll be honest, I hated it when I first saw it, and then I like got it
Okay.
on DVD, and now it's like I said, it's got to be in the top five favorite movies.
True. Honestly, I did rewatch it. I liked it better the second time. Mamma Mia
Yeah,
one was just too good. It's hard to beat that. It.
I don't know. I like the second one better, honestly. Like
Oh wow.
probably.
True. True. I don't know what one. What if it was the first or second that came out with the song? I'm pretty sure it's the first, but it was like Money, Money or something like that. The
The
Money,
first one
Money.
had Money in it. Yeah,
That's my favorite song on the soundtrack. Something about it. It's just so
because
good.
you want some money, you want to get rich.
Yeah, I do. I like the beat in it. Oh man, they hit them notes. I liked it. But yeah, that I did not expect those. That's great. Honestly.
Yeah, yeah, it's good stuff. Good movies. They are
Oh yeah.
fantastic movies. Most people, like I said, they probably wouldn't pick those to be my favorite movies if they had to guess.
No, not at all. I did not peg you for one of those guys, but that makes it makes you cooler for that.
I
I'll
guess
give you
so.
that.
Yeah, I love sports. I love Mamma Mia. Like what can be
Hey,
better?
I love my sports and I love my Ice Age.
I
Nothing.
also, love, like I said, like death metal, but I'll throw in some classical or like some
For
Disney
sure.
hits, or I mean, you gotta
Oh
like,
yeah.
you gotta be diverse.
Oh, for sure. It gets boring listening to the same thing, watching the same thing.
Yeah,
You gotta switch it up here and there. Totally.
you gotta be all over the board.
Wild card.
Now, what about food? Favorite food?
Favorite food? Uh, Probably pasta. I love my spaghetti. I love my lasagna. Like my mom
Yeah.
just makes the best lasagna. I don't even know what I feel like Garfield. Also another great movie, Garfield. Gotta state that out there. But yeah, no, I something just noodles. I love my noodles. And I also love my garden salsa sun chips. That's my I eat bags like they're air. Like seriously. That would be my last meal on earth. Just pasta and garden salsa sun chips. And a Diet Coke. Throw in a Diet Coke and we're calling it. That's it right there.
You die a happy person.
Yep. That's all I need. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well, that's pasta's good. You can't go wrong with pasta.
No, you can't. You really can't.
Or Diet
Oh.
Coke or garden salsa sun chips. That's a meal right there. 5-star.
Yeah. Meal of champs. Sometimes if you have that before the game, I've had some of my best games. When
Yeah,
I
that's
had
when you
that
score a couple goals.
for sure. I had got my garden salsa sun chips right before I hit the ice last weekend, and I have to say I gotta give my goal to the garden salsa sun chips. So not even
You
me.
should
Not even.
you should write in and say, hey, I work on some NIL stuff here.
Yeah.
Like, I eat your
I
chips and I score. Like, come on, let's do a commercial.
That's so true. I should ask for a sponsor. Yeah. I'm gonna look into that. Thank you. Yeah, I should. I give them enough marketing as is to everybody I know. I'm always like, "Hey, try these chips. They're unreal if you haven't." And
Yeah.
I've definitely changed people's lives with those chips. So, I'll look into that for sure.
Hey, you never know what can happen.
If I'm working for Garden Sun Chips in the next 5 years, my life's set. I'll be happy.
Yeah, I
I will
wonder if
be
the
happy.
employees get like a lifetime supply or
Oh man. Honestly though, I'd probably get sick of it if I did like have that lifetime supply. But I mean, I will gladly take that supply as of now.
and then you can disperse it to all your friends and spread the joy.
Oh, for sure. I'd probably be a hogger though. That would all be mine. Like I said, I can eat them like they're air. So we'll see. Maybe they can have a few chips here and there. We'll give them a little handful.
Yeah.
But yeah, them are mine.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Leah, thanks for hopping on the episode of the podcast and dropping the
Yeah.
best movie of all time, Ice Age, for everyone.
Yeah.
That's one I haven't
Yep.
heard yet. I like uniqueness. So yeah, thanks for coming on. Good luck with the
Yeah,
rest of your
totally.
season.
Thank you so much. Yeah.